Welcome back again, guys, to the channel. I hope you're having a nice time. As always, I appreciate you guys for joining back to watch this one, and I have a number of interesting updates as usual. And Finidi still tops the list, for the updates right now, as he has now talked about what we need to do, what the Nigerian Spike needs to do to come out victorious in the two games that we have next month in the World Cup qualifying games. Of course, you know that Finidi had a media tour on the 21, 22nd, and 23rd, where he talked about a number of interesting topics, a number of issues that the media, the journalists wanted to ask, for Nigerians, who are out there thinking about this thing. So he actually answered a lot of questions regarding some of these issues that he was asked. And obviously what we need to do now, what he has now said about what we need to do, is part of the questions that he answered in his media tour. And Finidi has now stated that what we need to do is to what the team needs to do, or what each of the player needs to do, is to bring out their 100% on the pitch for the games. Not only in South African game but also in Benin game, because the two games are equally as important. We need all the results, for those two games to climb up the table. Of course, that we haven't, won any match right now in that qualifying games. We actually draw our two games last year, and it's kept us in a very, very dicey position in the table, which means that we have to get 100% points in these two of these games that we're playing next month. So Finidi talks about his happiness that a lot of our players are in form currently right now with their club sides, and the gaffer believes that if our players can come home and replicate this form that they show us in their club side, and as well as intentionally putting in their 100%, that we are not going to have any problem whatsoever with getting results for these two games. That's what Coach Finidi has now said. So the gaffer also talked about, he also apologized, with Nigerians, the fact that the list has not come out yet. Of course, we've been waiting for that list for maybe 2 weeks now, after it was initially announced that it was going to be released, but we've not seen it. And Finidi is apologizing, through the media, as he has now said that the reason why the list has been delayed is because of the injury list, in the growing injury list that most of the, or some of the players in the list have now fallen into. So Finidi talks about that why they are waiting is to see whether some of these players will recover before they can release the list. And I know we've talked about this before, that they are waiting to not release a list full of injury players, but Finidi is confirming it now over the media tour. That's why the list has not been out yet. And the gaffer also talks about the NPFL, the players, the possibility of integrating these players, and he's giving a hint that we might be seeing as much as 7 NPFL players making the 35-man provisional squad, which means that in the end we might see a couple of NPFL players making the final list, if everything goes well. And this is part of the plans, or part of the strategy from NFF, or part of the things that they've told Finidi that it is compulsory for him to do, that he needs to start incorporating our local players, the MPFL players, going forward. He's now been told that he must do that. So Finidi is considering, seriously considering integrating MPFL players with the squad. And the gaffer now said that the areas where MPFL players can compete in the squad is the area of defense and midfield. That the attacking area is a no-go area, because we have all our attackers in Europe performing at the top of their games. We have not even, had to call all these players because of a shortage, because of a very limited slot for attacking players. That's the reason why MPFL players will not be able to compete in the attacking areas, just in the defense and midfield area. That's what Coach Finidi has now said. But this is definitely a good progress, at least incorporating MPFL players to vie for shirts in the midfield position and the defensive position is something that is going to boost the league going forward. But aside from that, guys, there is also a gist that concerns the main man, Ademola Lookman, who is now trending all over the world. Of course, Lukman's heroics is not something that I need to talk or I need to mention again, because it's all over the place. It's all over social media, all over the news. It's everywhere. And thankfully the world has now seen the player, what a quality player the man is. And there's a number of talks emanating from Ademola Lookman's story. One is a very, very big rumor at this moment, and let me let you know that it's now been said that a Saudi billionaire has actually offered Ademola Lookman around 15 million US dollars. That's approximately like 2 billion naira to buy his match ball. That's his hat-trick match ball that he scored in the Europa League final. That this man, whose name has not been mentioned, wants to buy it because is a historic football that actually has the signature of all of Lukman's teammates on it, as well as the ball that actually ended Bayern Leverkusen's 51 games unbeaten record. So all of these really great historic qualities that this ball possesses has now made it a bit of an artifact or a collectible of some sort. And this is the reason why this Saudi billionaire is looking at collecting this football, of Ademola Lookman's, and keeping it as a treasure, in his art gallery. But it's still a rumor. A lot of rumor emanates, but in every rumor there's still a possibility of a truth in it. After all, some transfer speculation starts off as being rumor before we eventually see them materialize. But I have a question, guys. If you were Ademola Lookman, would you sell this ball for 2 billion naira to a Saudi billionaire, or would you keep the football as a memory for your historic night in the UEFA Europa League final? That's the update, guys. Thank you for watching this one. Don't forget to like and share the video, react to any of the stories that you like, and take care of yourselves till I catch you in my next video.